I am Ramaswamy Vishweshwaran from 1984 December batch. I did my metallurgical engineering at that time. I think now it changes metallurgical and material science engineering. And I'm happy to have passed out from NIT. And it's a very good experience. For 4 years we have been living in this campus. And wonderful students, and we were introduced for the first time when I had come from a background of not going throughout India. I was introduced for a multicultural environment, and I had students from all the people. I learned my first Kaka Gaga Cha Hindi only in this college. It was really wonderful experience, and if I can add for another 1 minute, I would love to say that academics, keep it aside. We had come into this college because we are excelled in academics. That's why we are selected. And teachers were very good, and that is one part. But what I learned really here is storytelling. You believe in a story and how you make it so attractive to people and sell your story. That's what it is. Today, what I am here because of that good thing. We acquired a steel company, we made it into a big steel company and made our fortunes out of that. That's the reason I'm here. The storytelling ability this college creates in you is phenomenal. We have a very good alumni and anything GAM, Global Alumni Meet of last week has to be taken as an yardstick. Almost 1700 people were assembled in a single place from various years. And this college gives a very good academics, but the contacts and the way in which the skills that are required to be in the business and the industry today alumni can be part and parcel of that, to make the students enrich their knowledge in that. I would love to contribute by starting an endowment in my college, my department, and build the skills of the people and take them and move forward in the business and the environment what they live in.
So I am Dr. Jagan Lal. Actually, I joined this institute, which was then REC Trichy, in 1979, August 16. Just after Independence Day, I came here and I joined here. And I passed out in 1984 with a mechanical engineering degree. After passing out, I joined Indian Telephone Industries, Bangalore, worked for 3 years there as assistant executive engineer. And in 1987, I quit Indian Telephone Industries and joined Liquid Propulsion System Center of Indian Space Research Organization in Trivandrum. There, in the Liquid Propulsion System Center, I held many positions and I contributed to the launch vehicle missions of Indian Space Research Organization. My main contributions are in developing the propellant tanks, which are subjected to internal pressure, and also the flight loads with a very light material, aluminum alloy 2219, for the GSLV Mark II and the Mark III vehicles. So the propellant tanks has to be very light, yet they have to carry the pressure and the flight loads without failure. The factor of safety should be exact. If it is less, it will fail. If it is more, then the mass will be more and the payload will be reduced. So to that exact standards, we could develop, we could demonstrate. Demonstration is at room temperature and also at minus 196 degrees centigrade, which is a cryogenic temperature. We did the testing, proved it, and that tanks were flown in both the Mark II and the Mark III vehicles. And after that, I became the project director of the C25 stage, which is a cryogenic stage of Mark III vehicle. And as project director, I delivered 2 stages for the development stage D2 and for the actual commercial mission M1. And M1 was the Chandrayaan 2 mission. So in that mission, during the launch campaign, we had a leak problem. So with all the propellants filled, we could identify the leak, and then we could identify the reason for the leak. We could rectify that problem, and with propellant filled condition, we could solve it, and then we could restart the launch campaign, and we did that campaign successfully. So after that, I became the head of reliability and quality assurance entity, in which I am responsible for the delivery of all the propulsion systems from my center, Liquid Propulsion System Center. So I retired in 2022 from there, and at present I am working as a consultant for a space startup, Skyroot Aerospace in Hyderabad. Also, I am taking classes for the College of Engineering, which is a government college in my place, Trivandrum. So my area of expertise is aerospace structural design. So with that expertise, I can help the organization. I feel it is high time NIT Trichy start a aerospace stream in the UG course. So for that, I can help in the formation of the curriculum and in the establishment of the labs and in recruiting good people for starting that department. Also in the mechanical engineering department, I can help in establishing a very good dynamic lab with a vibration shaker. We can establish a very good metrology lab in the mechanical engineering, which it lacks. It has some instruments, but still we have to improve it with modern machines like UMM, CMM, non-contact surface roughness measuring instruments, all those things. And I am interested in teaching, and if the department is willing and if time permits for me, I can come here and do lectures also. And if the department is doing some project work and if they face any problem, I can come, and with my expertise, I will do my best to solve those problems also. So these are my thinking about my contribution towards this. And I am a member of the Alumni Association, and I am in contact with my batchmate and with all the previous and the next batchmates also. So along with that also, if anything is possible, definitely we will do. Thank you. Thank you.
I graduated from Regional Engineering College, now NIT Trichy, in 1979 in Chemical Engineering. After that, I went to Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, and then I spent close to 13 odd years in Indian Petrochemicals Corporation. So petrochemicals is my initial engagement. And then I joined Reliance Industries. It's now more than 30 years in Reliance Industries, where I've worked in a number of sectors, starting from petrochemicals, infrastructure, agriculture, education, insurance, and then in life sciences. So I started Reliance Life Sciences for the organization, and we are now one of the leading biotechnology companies in India. On many factors, we are among the top companies in the world in terms of a number of specialized products that we do. So our focus is on biotechnology based products and services. Most of them are used in hospital situations to treat people in intensive and critical care. So a substantial part of what I represent is number one, corporate business development, and number two, biotechnology. So if there are aspects in biotechnology in the context of the innovation center that this institute is building, I'll be happy to get involved with that, and then also look at opportunities for graduating students, as also wherever I can contribute either in the context of corporate business development or biotechnology, I'll be happy to do that. Thank you.
I'm Dr. K.V. Balasubramaniam. I graduated in 1979 in mechanical engineering from the then Regional Engineering College and now National Institute of Technology, Trichy. My career in the industry has taken me to both the private sector and the public sector. I spent a good amount of time with the industrial house of Tata's in many of their pharmaceutical ventures. And at one point, Tata's had a proposal for joint venture with the National Dairy Development Board for the animal vaccines segment. That's when I was deputed as the Chief Executive of Indian Immunologicals Limited. At that time, it was a very fledgling vaccine company with just about one major vaccine, which was the foot and mouth disease vaccine. I spent close to 20 years in Indian Immunologicals Limited, and I retired as the managing director in 2016. And over these 20 years, I have seen the growth of this company to be a major player, not just in animal vaccines, but also in human vaccines. In fact, today Indian Immunologicals is the world leader in rabies, both animal and human vaccine, the largest selling vaccines for rabies, and also for the foot and mouth disease vaccine. It's the largest player in the world. Whatever little success I've had, Indian Immunologicals Limited has been due to the core grounding that we obtained here as students, because we did not just study engineering here. We learnt a number of things outside engineering, largely, let's say, the facets of management. And we were very fortunate to have a principal and the faculty who took us through that journey, which was not just about engineering, but it was everything about how to manage work, how to manage your life. So we were fortunate in that sense. Now, coming to the issue of how we can contribute to the institute, I can say, like how my brother K.V. Subramaniam said, that we're quite willing to structure whatever programs you wish to have in the area of biotechnology, and also contribute to the innovation center that you have proposed for biotechnology in case you have projects in that area. And of course, we will be quite willing to share our insights and knowledge in this area for the students at large. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you for hosting at REC Trichy, now NIT Trichy. I joined here in 1980 in production engineering department. After 1 year, in those times the branches used to be after first year, and then it became a huge journey to learn the actual engineering, and particularly manufacturing engineering, how to make things, how things are made, how the machines work, how the material works, how the interaction between tool and materials give new shape, dimension to machines. And therefore machining became my favorite topic and subject during the bachelor's day, which I carried forward into my PhD, and then machining of composites became my research topic, and composite was added, and that led to the development of several areas which were never taught, particularly like polymers, different type of materials, lightweight materials, and so on. And then after working in automotive industry, particularly I worked with Premier Automobiles and Fiat Auto, I came to IIT Delhi as an assistant professor in 1998, and then I started my journey with the first PhD student on machining of composites, drilling of composites, and then injection molding of polymers, injection molding of composites. And then came the project of dental implants, where I was asked to design and develop dental implants by CSIR with Maulana Azad Institute of Dental Sciences, and that was the first product from scratch. It was developed, and then later on it took almost 6-7 years to mature that idea, patent that idea, and use 10-axis CNC machines to develop titanium based dental implants, do the clinical trials, and subject it to non-inferiority trials as per CDSU or FDA of India. And then in 2018 we transferred that technology to the Indian industry, and that was the first Indian industry to start producing Indian dental implants. We are also working for the next generation, and now we are on the 4th generation of dental implants, which are drug-eluting dental implants in that space. And many more industries are coming to us to take that technology, and we are going to give them non-exclusive rights to make dental implants. Parallelly, we are working on injection molding of knee joints, particularly for the polio patients, then for the amputees, and that technology also we are going to transfer it to some of the CSRs so that we can provide mobility to the people. So these are some societal benefits which are coming, which are very lightweight, very low cost, but to a patient it will be free of cost. We have also developed breast cancer tumor marker, particularly to safeguard the females by losing the breast in the form of mastectomy. If there is a tumor, we can mark the tumor. There will be a small titanium marker which can be inserted by a radiologist on the first presentation of a patient, and that will help in the tracking of it. When there is a adjuvant chemotherapy starts, the tumor recedes, but the marker should not migrate anywhere, so it has to be at that position within plus minus 1 micron. How to anchor that tumor marker becomes a technology, and we have done this trial at All India Institute of Medical Sciences, and so far we have preserved more than 200 female breasts from mastectomy. Then on the other extreme, apart from medical devices, now we are also, there is one more, which is a bioresorbable cardiac stent, which we are into the phase of animal trials, large animal trials, particularly the swine model. We have developed it, patented it, and making the entire raw material at IIT Delhi. So we have a lab which is DCGI approved lab for making medical devices and implants, and I think IIT Delhi is the only place where we have got this certification to make a medical device, and directly we can go to the clinical trials. Apart from this, we are also working on high impact physics, leading to material which are made out of lightweight materials like composites, particularly ultra high molecular weight polyethylene composites and ceramics, to make the bulletproof jackets for Indian Army. So we started this way back in 2009, and now we have developed the world's lightest bulletproof jacket by the name of ABHED, ABHED. ABHED means Advanced Ballistic for High Energy Defeat, and that technology we have recently transferred almost 2 weeks back under the aegis of DRDO and Raksha Mantri, Shri Rajnath Singh Ji was there. We have transferred it to 3 Indian industries for our security and defense forces. So IIT Delhi, we have developed a center of excellence on personal body armor, and this is where we are contributing back to the society, and the entire the foundation is REC Trichy. This has given us freedom to think, learn on your own, and to inculcate that knowledge, transfer that knowledge, and always look beyond yourself and to give back to the society which has given you so much in this lifetime.
G. Sai Kumar, presently Senior Advocate in the Supreme Court of India. I am from the batch of 1981. I had been instrumental for about a couple of years in 1982 to 84 in getting color television technology into India, and also introducing personal computers as a consumer electronics item from a purely office equipment, which actually gave birth to the software, the supremacy for India as such. When I came to NIT at the age of 15 years and 10 months, all I wanted to do was be an engineer. And that's exactly what this college gave me, to be a very good engineer. And being a good engineer, as Professor Major Srinivasan at that point in time told us, was you are ingenious. That's why you're an engineer. You are a genius. So that was built into at least for me, I can say, in my personality, that nothing is impossible in this world. Everything is possible for somebody who studied here. And one of the few things which in those days the professors all gave us was the independence to tackle with any problem, which helped me a great deal as an engineer, because wherever we were going, we were doing it for the first time. For example, color television was coming for the first time in this country. We replicated it into mass production for the first time in this country for components, etc., to come into the play. As India was at that point in time not known as a manufacturer of components in the world also. But today we are very strong in that area. So there were a lot of firsts that we were doing at that point in time. This is the first time that we took electronics as a media, color television and VCP together with what we call a teleteach program, where the best teacher could give instructions in the field of agriculture, in the field of adult education, in the field of health, and take it to the remotest villages. And not what is not top driven down, but what the villages wanted. We had taken 4 Hindi-speaking villages. It was a Ministry of Human Resource Development, Department of Electronics, Ministry of Health combined, Government of India. And I was the project head for that and project manager for that and doing that. So all of those things as an engineer which I did was never done before. And how I was able to do it was because of the training which I got here, that you can do everything. So it's whether it's the first time or even when we had to not reinvent the wheel, this college gave me that there's a better way to do it. Always better way to do it. How? Again, I'll give complete, what I call, the teachers of this college were so great that they would always say, understand the problem fully. Once you understand the problem fully, the solution is there for you to make. And whenever you make a solution, again, when I was taught network theory, dynamic programming, etc., and when they used to be told in the network, these are the states and these are the stages, say, always take a choice where you have enough network to go to in future. Don't come to a dead end. So that has also held me in good stead. So all these things in professionally, from the teachers, the teaching staff and non-teaching staff, everybody which I learned. And I cannot forget the 5 years which I was here, from 1976 to 81, all the students who were there. Each one of them were brilliant students, don't write when they came into this college. Each one of them was a leader. Each one of them was distinct. And there was a structure which was put into this college. The structure, because nothing is possible without a structure being there. You may not have been aware at that point in time there's a structure. We used to have inter-wing tournaments. That means just your wing in the hostel would be competing with other wings in the hostel. So there is a camaraderie, there is teamwork. Then there would be inter-hostel tournaments where all the wings who were against you in the inter-wing would all be together as one team to compete with the other hostel. Then there was inter-house tournaments where there would be people from different hostels in the same house. So it gave the dynamic nature of change and how you adapt, but at the same time the teamwork to be there, because without teamwork you could never ever succeed. And intercollegiate, because I played for college, I played for inter-house, etc. Intercollegiate, when it comes in, the entire college is behind you. So all those things are very important, which I learned as a person and as a professional. I took a decision, as I said, in the network you got to see, one of the paths which I wanted to walk was, A, to be an entrepreneur, because the economy was expanding and opening up, and B, that I always confident of my ability and my intellectual capacity. And during this period, when I was doing, I was interacting with a lot of legal issues. And one of the training which I got from this college was, do whatever you do better, and try to add value. I would learn those things, whether it was sending a letter of LOI, what we call letter of intent, or a contract for a large number of components. I would read Contract Act. Whenever I was importing something, I would read customs duty, I would read import-export policy, etc. So I was doing a lot of legal work while doing my own work, though I need not have done that, but it was just to add value, because there were people in that particular department to do it. So I thought being a lawyer and helping people who are like me in the corporate sector would be much better than a person who's done BA and LLB and trying to help, and that too if it's an industry, etc. At that point in time, again, I did not know, because foresight of a prudent man is always worse than hindsight of a fool, they say. So you can look back and say, oh, you took a good decision. But at that point in time, my foresight said that I will be able to help better with an engineering background in law. So I did law from 1990 to 93. And having been a lawyer, now jumping to your question, I always help anybody and everybody who's in my batch, first and foremost, in any legal issues. Also, other people from REC Trichy who come in contact with me and want to seek my advice, all of that I do. So that is from the personal level of people from campus. At the same time, I'm also willing, as an institution, any legal issues which you may have, memorandum of understandings, etc. I'm always open, and with Zoom and other technology available, any student wants it through a proper structured mechanism, through dean of students, etc. They want anything, I can always interact and guide people back to the college, to the students, because I've traveled both in the corporate side as an engineer. I've been a member of the board of multinationals, because when I became a lawyer, I was an engineer. And also various issues which come up today in terms of commercial disputes, etc. Being an engineer and then solve that commercial dispute, because I understand wherever the dispute comes in, that is an engineering line. There is whether the equipment was faulty or not. Unless you as an engineer, you cannot defend or you cannot go against a particular person. So engineering is the backbone for anything in life, which is what I learned here, and that's what I'm standing here today to say so.
Hi, I'm Devesh Ranjan. I'm the school chair of mechanical engineering at Georgia Tech. I graduated from REC Trichy in 2003. I was the last batch of REC Trichy, and I'm a proud alumnus of mechanical engineering department. After graduating from REC Trichy, I did my master's and PhD from Wisconsin-Madison. And what really I think about the days at REC Trichy, it gave me connections to a lot of things which I have done in my life. So I got my grade, which is I think C in compressible flow. I still remember that. But that really taught me that I want to learn more about that. So my research is in the hypersonic area. After my PhD, I went to Los Alamos National Lab. I worked in the area of high-speed flows. And at that time, around 26, I became faculty member. So since then, my research is all in that space. But when I look back, what really REC Trichy taught me was adaptability. How do you adapt to the new environment? When I came from northern India to southern India, it was a very big difference. And it was the same difference when I went from India to US. I was the first one in my family coming from Bihar to go there. But I learned about, how to adapt to a new environment from the days of REC Trichy. At Trichy, I was, a lot of different things. My first startup happened in REC Trichy. Along with my friends, we started a startup called Utkarsh. I was doing a lot of fundraising for, at that point, RecFest and UNESCO Club. And when I met with a lot of, the startup boom was coming in India of making websites. So me and my friends, we started making a website for local shops in Trichy area. But it really helped me to think about beyond classroom at that space. So that's what I really owe to Trichy is it shaped me not just in the classroom from studies, but gave me a lot of management skill. It made an introvert and extrovert. I can go out and I can talk to people. And it has really helped me right now as a chair of the school, which is the largest mechanical department in the world, is that skill set which I learned at Trichy. When I think about giving back to my alma mater, people always think about in three ways: time, treasure, and talent. Time, I've always helped and always willing to do anything to open the doors for others from REC Trichy, because I was helped by several other alumni who knew me, and once they knew I was from REC Trichy, they opened doors for me. So any way I can help with the mentorship of students coming from here in different fields, whether they are trying to go for higher studies in US or looking at making connection to venture capitalists and others, I'll be very happy to do that. I'm also very interested in looking at how to help with the design in the innovation park. At Georgia Tech, that has been my work in the area as cultivating things, innovation sites. I would love to do that. But I also want to do something for young alumni, which is coming out from REC Trichy. Young alumni, I want to figure out a way how we're going to support them for awards and rewards, making the connections so they are recognized and they are put on a pathway for success in the world, in whichever area they want to be. I have talked to the US Network Alumni Association. I want to think about, can we host a global alumni meet in Atlanta or in US or somewhere to bring people together, but also use that opportunity to enhance the brand of NIT Trichy. It's very important that we do things to enhance our brand. Last, I announced today, and I'm very proud to create a scholarship in support of my mother's name, because I really feel like as a 99 batch, I still remember the first women in mechanical engineering came in my batch. It's one of the areas where we have least number of women in the workforce. So anything I can do to enhance the number of women in the workforce is the goal which I'm trying to accomplish personally, even in USA. So I have something what I call 30 by 30, which has become at ASME as a goal. 30% women in the workforce in mechanical engineering by 2030. That's the goal we have built. And I would love to support that activity even here.
Hi, I'm Suresh Krishna. I am class of 1991, BE Mechanical Engineering. I'm currently Chief Executive Officer at Northern Tool and Equipment, which is based in Minnesota in the United States. When I came here, I was a teenager, and making it to, at that time, REC Trichy was a dream, because it was one of the top institutes, and it still remains to be one of them. And just making it itself was, in my mind, a big achievement. But once I came here, I quickly realized there is a world of opportunity that REC Trichy opens up for its students. And to me, I had always believed that academics is not the only thing in one's life. And REC Trichy, NIT Trichy today, was providing students the opportunity to just succeed in life. When I think about the things I had the opportunity to take advantage of, there's three things that come to mind the most. First and foremost, service and taking care of people around us. I had the opportunity to get involved with the Rotaract Club of REC Trichy. I eventually became president in my final year. Through the Rotaract Club, I learned how important it is to do service in and around wherever you are. In that years where I was here, we participated in helping a local village, Ayampatti village, which is in the outskirts of our campus. We also got involved in helping high school students in and around Trichy, whether it was right here in RSK or all the way into Trichy. And that way we encourage students to think about engineering as a career and help them shape their own futures that could eventually become a career in engineering. So to me, later on in life, and I've been out of college for almost 30 years, every time in my businesses that I've been involved in, always make sure that our businesses are taking care of the communities that we operate. I've had the chance to work and lead sales organizations and businesses across 60 different countries around the world. In each of these situations, we made sure that my businesses were involved in the local community, and that way we built a relationship with the community to help the community advance going forward. The second part that comes to mind is my association with football, soccer. I played football for REC Trichy, and through that, we participated in what is called Tamil Nadu Inter-Engineering Sports Meets. We also played locally with the local colleges, but the TIES meet was something we look forward to every year. And in my final year, we actually won the tournament at TIES, which is a big achievement at that time. But what I learned through association with sports is resilience. What I learned through association with sports is teamwork. What I learned through association with sports is leadership. And most importantly, what I learned is the ability to bounce back from defeat. Because in life, you don't win every time. And when you hit setbacks, you need to be able to bounce back from it. And sports, particularly playing soccer and football for REC Trichy, taught me that. And finally, advancing in research. I had an opportunity to get involved with Welding Research Institute, which is right here in BHEL. And the research project I did was really cutting edge. There were not many institutions, in fact, around the world that was able to have this kind of an opportunity for undergrad students. I had heard about University of Illinois and Urbana-Champaign, which had a similar opportunity and facility, but along with a couple of classmates of mine, we were able to get involved in cutting-edge research at a really early age. And that to me was also something that has stayed true with me. So most companies I work with, I make sure that we focus on R&D to continue to advance the craft, advance the engineering, advance the principles of what is needed for us to make the world a better place. So when I think about things that REC prepared me for, these are the three things that come to mind. Yeah, my plans has always been to be able to give back to the community that I'm associated with. And the REC alumni is a community that I'm part of because I graduated from here. I spent 4 years. And when I think about things I plan to do, and plan to do fairly shortly, because I'm at a point in my career where I'm thinking about what's next for me beyond having all the professional accomplishments, it's how do I help the next generation become successful? So I'm involved as an investor in some companies today. I'm also involved in some startups, and I'm serving on boards, non-executive boards of some small startup companies today. And my desire is to help students who are in NIT Trichy and other students around here so that they can become the leaders of the future. So I want to be able to mentor them. I want to be able to help them with their ideas. If they have technology ideas to advance the country, advance mankind, I want to get involved in that and help them achieve their goals and dreams and share with them my own experiences, my own journey, and things that I have encountered that has helped me be successful. I want to be able to impart that to all of these students so they can become very successful in the future.
Yeah, hi, I'm Shyam Ramamurthy. I'm from the batch of 1984, the April batch, not the December batch. And I did my chemical engineering from the institute, after which I worked for 34 years in 4 different organizations before I hung up my corporate boots and started pursuing my passion, which is basically teaching, or in a way giving back actually. That included teaching, consulting, and advising. So that's the long and short about me. I have a passion for sports, another passion that I have recently developed for taking entrepreneurial classes, which I pursue here in the institute. So as I grew up in Delhi, and it was a sort of closed atmosphere, just parents and my elder brother, who also happened to be a graduate from this institute. It was very closed and a protected environment. So coming here was one of the first times that I had stepped out of home and into the hostel. So the cultural shock was there, it was palpable, but one thing that I figured out very soon is that every single person was batting for you. We were all in it together. Each one was trying to find their own feet. So culture to me was one of the biggest things that it helped me in shaping. Academics, yes, I got into the institute because of the academics, so that's okay. But all the other the institute rounded your edges in making sure that you come out of the portals a rounded person ready to face the world. So there are 2 things that after I stopped working 8 years ago that I started doing. and both of them have been in a way giving back either to society or in some way back to the institute itself. So giving back to the society is, I'm a trustee in a school which started 15 years ago. In fact, it was much before in my working career itself that there were 3 of us who are trustees there, and it's in Tirunelveli, and it is for the socially less privileged and from the economically weaker sections of society. So we try our best to see that they get the best of education, so they are able to. One thing that we realize is that everybody has a hunger and a passion to study and for education. It's only that circumstances don't let them be that way. So we try our best to do that. That's one. Secondly, back to the institute, 5 years ago, along with my colleague, I shouldn't say colleague, along with my batchmate, we started this course on entrepreneurship. We just happened to come to the institute when the then director, we asked, what can we do? She said, come up with a proposal. It took us 3 months to come up with the proposal, and the proposal still works. We are on the 5th year of doing the Bachelor of Business for Entrepreneurship for engineers. Yeah, so that's one thing that keeps me really busy. I mean, I really look forward every year to getting back, and we are trying to engage the staff, the teachers or the profs also, to see that they also take part of the load from us.